Hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday Live. I'm so glad that you could join me. I hope you'll pop into the comments right now. Just drop a hashtag live or hashtag replay. Let me know when you came and watched this live presentation. So I really appreciate you coming today. And just while we're waiting a few minutes for others to join, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm Teresa, also known as Mrs. Teresa, your language arts mentor. And I come alongside students and I help them to develop a growth mindset, set goals, become motivated and self-disciplined so that they can reach those goals. The confidence that they develop when they see that they have agency in their lives is absolutely unbelievable. And you should see the huge smiles when they succeed and the new amazing high goals that they set for themselves once they realize that they can actually make a difference in their own lives. I have this one student who in just 6 weeks went from not caring about anything. Nothing mattered. Didn't care about his future, about his schoolwork, about anything that was going on. Just wanted to, take it easy. And in 6 weeks, he went from that to taking ownership of his schoolwork. His parents were amazed. And so was I, to be honest. That is absolutely amazing. That really attests to what mentoring can do for a student. And I see again and again that students grow and learn in as few as 6 to 8 or 10 weeks. But after just 12 weeks, this student was completing almost all of his schoolwork without any family input. That is unbelievable. And it's actually something that I see all the time. So I don't know why it still surprises me, but it makes me so excited to see what a change we can make in students when we really, really help them to get there. But today, that's not what we're talking about. Today, we're talking about writing and how your writing textbook is failing you. Maybe you've noticed. You've noticed that your student works through the assignments, but that the writing doesn't seem to really improve. Or if it does improve, it improves for the writing course, but you don't see it improving in other areas of their life. So right now, say that's me in the chat. Let me know that that's you. I want to know how many people are identifying with this, because this is something that I see again and again and again in students that have come to me in the past for one-on-one tutoring or are just joining into my class. I'm hearing them and I'm hearing their parents say that their writing courses, as great as they are and as much research as they've put into them, they're just not working. So there's two big reasons for this shortcoming, and they are not you and they are not your student. It's not your fault that these textbooks aren't working. It's not as though if they were just more disciplined or more determined, or if you were a better teacher, that things would be different. Writing is a process and it needs to have improvement every single step of the way. It needs feedback. So how else is your student going to know what to improve? Students can't just be told, as textbooks often do, now go check for punctuation errors. They need to know how to find those punctuation errors. And I'm sure that you've probably taught them punctuation, but that's in a different part of their brain. You've probably taught them grammar, you've probably taught them spelling, you've probably taught them sentence formation and all of those things, but somehow they're not pulling all the pieces together. They also can't be told, oh, you need to improve your argument now, so go back and check your structure and make sure that your argument is excellent. How do they do that? What questions are they supposed to ask? What are they supposed to do? So what about your feedback? Do you give feedback? Some parents just don't feel very capable in that area, and they just hope the textbook is going to help their students to learn. And that is something that really doesn't work for some of these reasons. So, but the other thing is, if you do give feedback, do your students accept it or do they get offended? They get hurt very often. They get angry that you would criticize. What's going on? Writing is a product of our inner beliefs. It's presented on a paper, just like a piece of art. So Their writing is something from inside of them and it's put outside of them. And that reveals them at a time when they want to stay hidden because of hormonal insecurity and all of the pieces that happen in those teen years. Somehow, parents seem to be the people that they are least able to handle criticism or critique from. And maybe you've noticed this. Have you? Say yes or no right now in the comments. Let me know that you're with me. Are you tracking with me? Yes. Is this what you're seeing? This is what I see. I've seen in my children, and I've seen in so many students that are coming to me that they just can't handle it from their parents. They need someone else. They usually need someone else to give that feedback. Along that line, writing is a very personal process, and it has crazy expectations. So we ask students to take their inside ideas and thoughts and feelings about something and to put them outside. Then we ask them to use all of these skills that they've learned over the past 5 years or 10 years and pull it all together and synthesize it. And to do that over a long period of time, to keep working on something that they might think is not enjoyable. And that's a hard thing. And on top of that, what does your student read? They read published books, of course. Those books are written by professionals. They've already edited themselves for hours and hours and days and weeks and months and maybe years. And then multiple editors from the publishing company have edited it as well. And they know how to write. And all those editors know how to fix it. So that's their standard for how to write. And then when they ask you or you critique, now everybody knows how to write except them. They think it's just them. They're just not writers. They just can't do this. There must be something wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with them. Absolutely nothing wrong with them. Writing is a process that needs to be learned, just like walking, just like reading. But because it happens at a time in life when our students are struggling already with their self-confidence and their self-image and trying to figure out who they are and what kind of a person they are, this makes it very difficult for them because they see it as a personal defeat, that it's just not them. They can't do it. What they're missing is peer writing interaction. They need to see that other students have to learn just like they do. They need to see that other students improve step by step, that that's just the process, that it doesn't have to be perfect the first time around. And when they write something down in the first draft, that it's the first draft and it's not meant to be perfect, and that's okay. They feel like everything they write should come out looking like a published piece of work. And when it doesn't, that makes them failures. So now we get to talk about growth mindset, because this comes in again and again. I don't know how not to do writing and growth mindset together. They just come together. The writing process and the growth mindset process are the same. We start in one place and we improve to the next step. And then we improve again to the next step. And at every step of the way, we haven't failed. We've just come to the next hurdle and the next place where we can grow. So changing that mindset from, I'm just not a writer, I can't do this, I'm a failure, to, oh, writing is a process and I'm going to learn and I'm going to get better every single step of the way. And every single piece of writing I do is going to improve on the last one. When your student sees that other students are learning too, that their writing is just like other students, they're going to gain confidence that they can succeed too. And when they get consistent feedback, step by step, they can grow in their writing. They can accept it. If they'll accept it from you, that's unbelievably amazing. And maybe they need someone else. Maybe they need a sibling, an aunt, a friend, or me. But wait, are you thinking right now, Discern to Learn uses textbooks? Yes, I do. And I highly recommend the ones that I use. I use Sharon Watson's Jump In for middle school and Power in Your Hands for high school. Sharon Watson writes amazing textbooks written directly to the student with instructions all laid out step by step by step. But on their own, they're just a textbook. They still need feedback. The student still needs to see that other students struggle as well. So, Discern to Learn has the perfect trifecta: excellent curriculum paired with consistent feedback in a peer accountable class. How much better than that can it be? This is something you can do too. You can have writing circles where your student can see, or writing groups where your student can see that other students are learning as well. You're probably going to need someone to facilitate that. You can give feedback or find someone else to give feedback. Absolutely. And I encourage you. In fact, I encourage you to download my e-guides that tell you exactly how I do it. You're welcome to do that. Most of all, I want to see you succeed, and I want to see your students succeed. I want to see them make a difference in this world. So if you want to know more about how you can get my e-guides, or if you want to know more about my programs, right now in the comments, right there, go ahead, tell me more, because I'll reach out to you and I'll send you the links for the e-guides so that you can learn more. And I'd love to answer your questions. Are you just struggling and you want to know how to help your student? I'm a mentor. It's the first thing I am. If I was a salesperson and that was the first thing I am, I wouldn't be doing this. I'd be doing sales. I'm a mentor, and it's what I love to do. So please reach out to me. I would love to answer your questions to help you with your students. So thank you for joining me today, and I hope that you will reach out, get some support, and discover the difference a mentor will make.